What if the thing you needed to do to grow your residential real estate business was already in a journal someplace, or already on your calendar, or already on a piece of paper on your desk, or you've known it for years, but you just weren't doing it? What if what you really needed to do was just to do the thing you already know to do with discipline and consistency, and it would change your life and your team's life and your family's life and your community's life forever? What if that was true? Would you hear that as good news or bad news? That's what we'll dig into today on Commissioned, the podcast for team leaders, high productive agents, and brokers who are wanting to go from chaos to freedom, from the grind to wealth, from the daily hustle and bustle of everything is on my shoulders, to wealth building and freedom and travel and joy and real pride in a healthy way in our business. Hey, I'm Todd Tremonti. I host this podcast. I run a team and a brokerage in Dallas, Fort Worth. I coach agents all over North America. We do millions of dollars in GCI every year. We're very selective on who we coach, and I have a blast doing it. So here's the deal. That is the question you need to answer, and the answer almost every single time is that is true. Yes, I do know what I need to do. And that's probably priority number one for me to do. So we're going to dig into today what that is likely to be for different people and different business models, whether you're a solo agent, you're a team leader, you're a brokerage owner, you specialize in one side or the other, or anything like that. We're going to dive into that today. We're going to talk specifics. I'll give you some context even from my own life and folks I've coached and our team members. But we're not just going to leave here this episode with the realization that you should do what you already know to do. You knew that already. But we are going to talk a little bit about how to get yourself to do it, how to get your brain and your head and your heart over that hump. So let's get into it. This is Commissioned. Okay, folks, here's the deal. I take a shower every day. I don't know if you knew that. I don't know.
It's good news to hear.
Yeah, I don't know if you were concerned maybe that I didn't do that. Also, that's Grady Dill, Director of Regs, Real Estate Growth Systems, helping us coach agents all over North America. Apologies for the non-introduction.
It's okay.
I take a shower every day. Now, here's the deal. Sometimes I take a couple a day. The scenario in which I take my showers is a bit frustrating. I don't know if you knew that. Now, don't hear me complaining or being a martyr. I'm not showering in a river. Okay? We have a very nice shower in our very nice home. But in our very nice shower, in our very nice home, it's a glass shower enclosure.
Ooh.
I don't know if you know where I'm going here, but I would call this the shower glass principle. So if you're not driving or working out right now and you can write something down, maybe jot this down as the shower glass principle. And here's the principle. It's nice to have a nice shower. It's nice to have two shower heads with hot water coming from both sides. We can talk about that later, but I recommend it. What's not nice is at the end of that shower, every single day, sometimes twice a day, when I realize I now need to squeegee this shower glass. I don't want to do it. Not a single day have I said, I was looking forward to this. Not one time in the history of having this nice shower have I thought, that was kind of fun. I'm sad that it's over.
I want to do that again.
I don't want to be finished squeegeeing the shower glass. That's a bummer. Every single time I think of you, our viewers, our friends, our listeners, agents. That's right. I think about you in the shower.
Not in a weird way.
You do that whatever you need to. But here's why I think about you. I think this is one of the most perfect principles that I illustrate every single day in my life. I don't want to clean the shower. It doesn't matter. I'm going to clean the shower. And if I don't clean the shower today, it's going to be more of a cleanup job tomorrow. That water is going to sort of oxidize on the glass and stagnate a little bit, whatever that's really called. And then it's more of a cleanup job. It's not just run the squeegee. Now it's like scrubbing bubbles or whatever that stuff is called. Now we got to get into it.
Nasty.
Now it's a job. Now, if I don't do it for 3 or 4 days, now there's that weird pink shower mold stuff. No one knows what that really is. I'm sure someone knows. And gosh, think about if I didn't do it for like a month. Just nasty.
It just compounds.
It would never happen. My wife would do it, and then I'd be in the doghouse with my wife, right? So, wink, wink, here comes an obvious parallel. How you doing with your business? Doing the things you don't want to do, but you know you need to do every freaking day. Every day when I do that in the shower and I finish it, I go top to bottom, left to right, every time. Boom, 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 boom. And then I do, pro tip, Grady, from right to left, I do a full horizontal swipe all across the bottom. Yeah, it's a game changer. Really fixes the whole deal up, gets the water away from the glass at the base. Now, there's your shower cleanup tip, but here's the real thought on this, right? Every single day I think about you guys because I think, man, there's a bunch of people that know what they need to be doing. but they're not doing it. And it's just leading to more work later or the end of their business. Now, there's some different things different people do at different jobs, different roles, different stages of your business. So I'm going to go through that here in a minute, but I want to sit awkwardly in this illustration for one more second. You don't have to be a genius to find the parallel, right? Let's just say you're a solo agent, you're doing fine, but you keep riding the roller coaster. Lots of business, no business. Lots of business, no business. Closings, no closings. Clients, no clients. It's up, it's down. It's up, it's down. I mean, it's literally like, well, I don't clean the shower glass. I just jump out and get going. And then every once in a while I have to completely slow down, re-clean the whole darn shower, or I don't even want to get in there. Okay. I'm calling my clients. I'm not calling my clients. I'm following up. I'm not following up. I'm scheduling appointments. I'm not scheduling appointments. I'm in town. I'm not in town. Right. So this parallel is easy. This is not hard to figure out. Okay. But here's what I want to tell you. Consistency is a superpower. Consistency in your business and in your personal life is a superpower, right? It would be great to be able to fly. That would be like clearly unique and no one else can do it. And you have this unbelievable advantage over everybody, but it would take like extra human, non-normal, nobody actually has that ability. You'd have to go outside the realm of physics and time and space to be able to fly. Here's what you don't have to do to be able to have a superpower that you could actually benefit from. You don't have to have any supernatural power. You don't have to be smarter. You don't have to be necessarily even that much more disciplined. You don't have to be more funded. You don't have to be even more resourced. You just got to show up every day. You just have to be consistent. I'm sure you've heard that one before too, but here's what I'm telling you, man. If you'll just clean the shower every day, you don't ever have to do like the crazy deep clean, or maybe you do like once a year. And then that one is like not a big burden. It's just like, yeah, feels better to do that. Feels like the right thing to do. Like good things will probably come from this, but I'm probably okay anyway. Now, real quick pause. If you want to dig deeper into this and you want to figure out like, what are the things that I know I need to do that I'm not doing that I should be doing? Because there's a lot of them. Hey, click the link somewhere near this video or the audio, and I'll give you 15 or 20 minutes of my time at no charge, no commitment required whatsoever. And we'll just talk about your life and your business. Maybe it's more of a lifestyle thing than a business thing. It's probably a business thing. And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about how to implement it. We'll talk about where to go, what resources to use, what to do in what order, what not to do, what will bog you down, what will lead to profit, what will lead to time freedom, how to use a calendar, whatever you want to talk about. I'm happy to give you 15 or 20 minutes of my time. No cost, no obligation. We'll see if we can get you going in a better direction or towards more profit or even more fun, whether you're struggling or you're killing it already. Be happy to do that for you. By the way, the people that tend to get the most benefit are the people that are already doing well and just want to do better, want more freedom and more joy. That's my offer to you. Click that link. We'll talk soon. Okay. Consistency is a superpower that you don't have to have any supernatural ability, funding, time, or energy for. You just got to show up every day. Be consistent. You win. Be consistent and you win. Okay, so let's just say you are what we call a solo agent. Now, in our coaching world, we don't have any solo agents. We have what we call solo with help. It means you are the only salesperson and producer, but you might have an assistant, or you have some good technology, or you're a member of a coaching group or an organization, or your brokerage truly, really offers some great resources. So you do not have to actually do everything all by yourself. Okay, so just so you know, when I say solo, that's what I mean. Solo with help, like really getting after it, you're running a real business. So if you're solo, it's very, very likely that what you need to do is make more phone calls. Now, phone call equals text equals email. Now, they're not equal in value, but when I say phone call, I mean make more outreaches to get clients. Okay, calls, texts, emails. That's probably the single most important thing that you already know you need to do, that you're not doing enough of, that you need to build a superpower in. Okay. So this is not rocket science. Your superpower might be saying, look, hey, I'm going to do that 4 days per week for 2 hours per day. And I'm going to go do that for 90 days without fail. Rain or shine, sick or healthy, happy, not healthy, not happy, not happy, in town, out of town. I'm going to do that 4 days a week, right? So I'm not saying every day, all day, 4 days per week, at least 2 hours per day. That gets you to 8 hours. That's most people's work day. That means 1 day a week, 20% of most people's work week, probably you work a little more than that. If you're doing well as a real estate professional, you're making great money, probably working a little bit more of that, and you're working it flexibly so it's not killing you. So all that said, 4 days a week, 2 hours a day, you need to commit to that and just do it and start putting a check mark on your calendar, physically or digitally, I don't care. Physically is probably more powerful. And you just start building a chain. I have not missed a single week of at least 4 days per week in 9 weeks, 10 weeks. That starts feeling more powerful. That's who I am now. That's what I do. I'm seeing the results. I'm seeing the benefits. I have more clients than I know what to do with. My fears are no longer not enough clients. My fears are, can I really take great care of these clients? Now I'm starting to think about leverage. Now I'm jumping on a free call with Todd Tremonti to figure out, should I hire an agent or should I hire an assistant? What technology, what systems would be the most cost effective for me to keep growing my profit? How could I do the parts that I love to do and not have to do the parts I don't love to do? That's where we want to get you. So if you're a solo agent, we call solo with help, and you're like, I know there's a lot of stuff I need to do that I'm not really doing at the level I want, or as often as I want, or as well as I want, or I don't know how to do it as well as I want. It's very, very likely for you that that's reaching out for new clients. That may be calling leads, open house leads, internet leads, friends, family, neighbors. You need to be calling all of those people. You would speak a little bit differently to them. We have done and we'll do some more episodes in the future of just, hey, what to say to get to this outcome. But you can go check out those recordings or find a bunch of other stuff on our YouTube channel. But you need to be speaking to friends, family, neighbors, their friends, family, neighbors. And then, of course, any leads you're paying to generate or you're hustling to generate. Open house, internet, direct mail, whatever it is, pay-per-click, videos, social, whatever the case is. But you need to be on the phone, email, or text with those people. Phone is best. In person is even better. More often, more consistently. I would tell you 4 days a week, 2 hours per day, you'll be killing it. And then you might find yourself in this next group. If you are a team leader, it is probably the thing that you know you need to do that you're not doing enough of. It's likely to be having hard conversations and recruiting and lead gen systems. Hard conversations, recruiting, and lead gen systems. So when I say systems, we'll come back to it. I don't necessarily mean you have to be the one lead generating, although on some teams, that's the right role for you, but maintaining the systems. We have multiple sources coming in. I'm keeping those funded. I'm keeping them functioning. I'm keeping them accountable, that kind of thing. So let's take them in the order that I said them. If you are a team leader, it's probably first and foremost hard conversations. Now, this sounds crazy for a lot of people. Like, what do you mean? Well, if you're a team leader, then you are by definition leading a team. There's probably some agents on it, probably some staff. Maybe they're all in-house, maybe they're out of house, maybe they're third party, but whatever. But you now are the one that needs to keep people doing what they need to be doing. So now you're going to have some hard conversations. Sometimes the hard conversation is fun. It's like, dude, you're killing it. Hey, Grady, you're selling like 3 or 4 houses a month, but dude, I need to slow you down. You're hitting your income goals, you're hitting your team goals, but from what I can tell, you also told me you wanted to be a great husband and a father. I'm not judging you, but man, I don't see you at home much. That's a fun one as a team leader to be like, I care more about your personal family than you do. I care about that more than the income. It's usually the other one, though. It's usually like, hey, man, you said you were going to call 2 hours a day, 4 days a week. I haven't seen you in 3 weeks, right? That's not normal on our team because we're in office and we see each other so much, but that is normal on most teams. Hey, you said that you were going to do 2 open houses a month. You've done none, and it's the last week of the month. So are you going to do 2 this weekend? Period. Silence. Waiting for a yes. That was the commitment. Are you going to follow through? Sometimes it's like, hey, you made a commitment. We've talked about this multiple times. This is your very last chance. I love you, but you won't be on the team next week if this is not consistent. That's a hard conversation. Sometimes it's like, dude, you're killing it. You're the top producing salesperson we have on the whole team, but your attitude in the office is unacceptable. So I just want you to know that next week you will not be the top producing agent on our team. You will not be on our team if you don't adjust the attitude. The negativity, the victim mentality, the blaming other people, the treating people like less than you, whatever that is, that's the hard conversation that maybe you need to have. Maybe you know right now you have a team member that shouldn't be on your team. They're actually not helping. They're hurting you. If you're driving to the office and there's someone you hope you don't see, they need to go. Or you need to go. But if it's your team, probably should be them. Okay? If you've lost sleep about somebody that you work with more than one time, you need to have a hard conversation. Okay. So hard conversations is number one. Number two is likely to be recruiting. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. I am not the world's global expert on recruiting. This is not my glaring strength. I will say, when we find good people, we usually keep them a very long time. The average time on our team's over 7 years for an agent. I don't know anybody whose number is that high. Okay, so you need to be recruiting. I would just say you need to keep a bench going, right? So if you want to have 5 agents, you need to have 7. And what I mean is you need to have 5 on the team and 2 that are eager and ready to join you as soon as you would have them, right? So you're not always hiring necessarily, but you're always scouting for talent. You're looking for people. You're having lunches, breakfast. You're talking to people on the phone. You're encouraging people. Maybe you're even helping them in their business, even though they're not on your team yet. And someday when you need someone, you'll be able to backfill that quickly. So you need to do that. And part of the reason is so that you can be top grading. And what I mean by top grading is that the value of your team is always going up. When someone goes out, they're not the best. When someone comes in, your goal is you're bringing in the very best new person on your team, or someone that could likely become the best performer on your team now. So you're letting go of C's and D's. You're adding A's and A pluses. And if you miss on someone you thought was an A plus, they're going to be an A, or at worst like a B plus plus. And you're not going to miss on letting people go. It just isn't something people really have a problem with. So we're not going to talk about that. So you need to constantly be recruiting. Not always hiring. Doesn't have to be your primary obsession. You don't have to be a jerk or a scumbag about it. But you do need to be looking for talent so you're never stuck with people that don't belong on your team. Okay? And then finally, those lead generation systems. You probably know that you need to go audit your database. You need to clean it up. You need to have someone do it. You need to be a part of the process, but you're not doing it. Well, go do it. Consistency is a superpower. Be consistent. Check it once a week. Deep dive it once a quarter. Have somebody come in and help you once a year, whether that's a coach or a database specialist or something like that. These are your lead gen systems. If you do pay per click, you want to be auditing that weekly. You want to be deep diving it monthly. You want to be seriously reevaluating that quarterly and annually. The dollars, the budget, the targeting, the keywords, the person that's managing it, the ROI on that, how you're distributing those leads. That needs to be looked at. As a team leader, you probably know you're just kind of hoping it keeps working. Now, I'm speaking to the vast majority of team leaders. I know that because I talk to people all over the country all the time. But there are maybe 1 or 2 listeners that are like, no, that's what I do all day long. Well, then for you, the hard thing that you probably need to do, that you know you need to do that you're not doing, is actually go lean into your people more and quit hiding behind the computer screen as often as you do. Because maybe that I'm not pushing on you any more than the others. It's just we all have our inclination. Most team leaders are focused on production. They don't want to focus on the systems. And so that's the thing I'm saying they need to do is you need to be more consistent with the lead generation systems. The agents need to be more consistent with the lead generation operation, with getting after it and generating and converting. And maybe you're doing both at this stage of your team. If so, click a link beneath this video or this audio, wherever you're getting it. Schedule 15 or 20 minutes with me, and we'll map out the future for you of what your role should really look like based on your unique gifts and abilities, how you can add the most value to your team members and to your family, your community, increase your income and your impact, and all the things that we love to do. There's no cost for that. Click the link. I'll gift you 15 or 20 minutes of my time, help you out as much as I can. If you want to talk about coaching or mastermind, we'll talk about it. If you don't, happy to help, as long as I have time available. Okay. Now, if you're a broker, it's also probably a lot of the team leader stuff. It's probably hard conversations. It's probably recruiting calls, but then it's also most likely training and marketing habits. Training and marketing habits. So I'm not going to rehash the things that overlap the team leader. Most brokers that are listening or in my orbit are not like 400 agent brokers. They're still engaged and actively impacting the success of their agents. And so that's what I'm passionate about. So that's probably why you're paying any attention to me at all. So that's who I'm speaking to when I say broker. So when I say that, when I say training and marketing habits, what are your habits? Do you run like a heck of a team meeting every once in a while and just run a team meeting the rest of the time? Do you have really great brokerage gatherings? Are you equipping your agents? Do you ever get a little nervous about compliance? Well, then you probably need to be more consistent with those things. Teaching, training, coaching, mentoring, leading people not only to production, but to compliance and to balance and to sustainability and for you to be able to sustain and grow this business long term. So that's the training piece. Marketing habits are a little different for a broker than a team leader. Like I said, some people are both. I am both. I own the brokerage, run the team. I do have a full-time team leader that helps me, but I'm obviously still engaged. So that being said, that broker now has literally like marketing message compliance responsibilities, but then also like you own, what are we going to say? Who are we going to say we are? Who are we saying we can help? How are we saying we can help them? Do we have a guarantee? How do we follow through on that? Who do we hire? Who do we fire? What are our systems? What's our marketing for buyers, marketing for sellers, marketing for investors, marketing for agents? Whatever that looks like, there's probably a lot of activity there that the broker needs to be doing that you already know you need to be doing, but you don't know exactly what to do or when or where or how often and all that, or you just don't really want to do it, so you're not. And this is me telling you, do the thing you know you need to do. It will lead to life. Consistency is a superpower. Do the thing you know you need to do, and then jump on a call with me. I'll give you 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll talk about the things that you are excited about, the areas of your fascination, your unique gifts and abilities, those massive opportunities that you're maybe overlooking, extra revenue, increased profitability, increasing your fees, getting more production out of less people, having more time away, having more impact in your community, loving your family more, and all that good stuff. We'll talk about that. Just click the link somewhere near this video or audio. I'll give you 15 or 20 minutes. We'll talk about whatever you want to grow your business, but we probably ought to at least start here on this topic. What do you already know you need to do that you're just not doing? Because you're not stacking up wins and feeling that positivity and power and control in your gut as a business owner, which every level here is a business owner, the solo agent, the team leader, and the brokerage owner. You own your business. And so consistency will lead to confidence, and confidence will lead to consistency. And this becomes a virtuous loop of, I know I need to do it. I don't want to clean the shower door, but I'm going to do it. That's how I operate in my marriage and my family and my home and health and cleanliness and confidence. And I don't want to not be the person I want to be. I don't want to not be the person I say that I am. I want to keep the standard. I want to improve the standard. So you wash the shower door. You make the call. You have the hard conversation. You tweak the marketing program. You do the thing you need to do. So how do you do that? First, you just freaking do it. That won't last forever. Willpower won't last forever. Then you track your wins. You start to see the momentum. That's where the pride and the confidence and the results, and then you acknowledge the results and you track them back to the action. Oh, well, I picked up 2 more buyers this month than last month, and I was making more calls. Okay, I feel a little bit better about the calls. Wow, I talked to one really great potential new team member this week. I haven't talked to a great potential new team member in 6 months, and I started making those calls. Okay, I feel a little bit better about doing it. I'm going to do another week. I'm going to stay consistent. And then on the bad weeks, I'm going to remember the good weeks. And on the good weeks, I'm going to try to double down and grow and beat the odds and beat the goals. This is how you actually do the thing that you already knew you needed to do, but you weren't doing. You build momentum. You celebrate the wins. You remind yourself of those and the downtimes. You remember that consistency is a superpower. You track the results back to the action, and you turn it into a game. This is a game that I refuse to lose. I'm going to do my part every single day. I'm going to do it long enough that I see the results, and I see the results compound, and that will be my superpower. Then I'll add some cool stuff on top of that. But chasing solutions like, I need new technology, we need a new postcard campaign, we need a new website, we need a bunch of new people, we need to try a new part of town, new property type, when you're not yet even doing the things you already know you need to do, it's a waste of time, energy, money, and resources. It's also a waste of your optimism because it's probably not going to work. How about that for brutal truth? Grady, what do you think? Am I lying?
No, you don't need, this is what just came to mind. You don't need a new filter for your shower head. You just need to clean the glass.
You need to clean the freaking glass. You don't need new cleaning supplies. You just need to use the ones you got.
Yep.
If you just squeegee it, you rarely need the cleaning supplies. All right, folks, the shower door principle, the shower glass principle is just do the thing you know you need to do, build momentum, build confidence, celebrate the wins, track the ROI, and do it all over again. It's a virtuous cycle. Then click the link near this video or this audio, sign up for some time with me, or sign up for some time right now, and we'll talk about what things you should be focused on, what things you should wait on. Then we can start talking about the next layer of scaling, growing, systems, control, increase fees, increase profit, living the life you want to live and having a business that supports it nearly perfectly. All right, folks, thanks for hanging out with us. Check that next episode. Go watch a bunch of our previous episodes as well. If you like them, download them, review us, let us know how it works, and share this with an agent, team leader, or broker that you care about and want to help grow as well. I will talk to you on the next one.